What up, guys? Welcome to Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando for Thursday, August 15th, 2024, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Melo. That's REYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Hayden Panettiere and Tyler James Williams play civilians trying to save an abducted child in Amber Alert. A trailer for the film released by Lionsgate Thursday opens with an operator providing a description of 7-year-old Charlotte Bryce, who was abducted while her mother was distracted on the phone. The teaser then cuts to Jack, played by Panettiere, talking to her rideshare driver Shane, played by Williams, when they get the Amber Alert notification. The official synopsis reads, quickly realizing they are behind a car that matches the description of the kidnapper, Jack and Shane desperately race against time to save the child's life. Panettiere and Williams also executive produced the film alongside David Gendron and Ali Jazayeri. Carrie Belassa directs. In 2023, Panettiere, who starred in Heroes in Nashville, shared how she faced and overcome addiction and mental health struggles that caused her to take a break from Hollywood. Williams also stars in Abbott Elementary. The new film premieres September 27th. Netflix released the trailer for Part 3 of That 90s Show, Season 2 on Thursday. The new episodes premieres August 22nd. The new episodes features guest stars and new characters, Betsy Kelso, played by Kira Kosarian, who would be the daughter of Ashton Kutcher's character Michael Kelso. Kelso's son Jay, played by Maze Coronel, is already a regular cast member. Kevin Smith appears as a driver who crashes his car through the Furman kitchen. Seth Green returns as That 70s Show character Mitch, still trying to hit on Donna, played by Laura Prepon. That 90s Show is a follow-up to Fox's That 70s Show. Kerwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp return as Kitty and Red Foreman, now taking care of their granddaughter, Leia, played by Kaylee Haverda. Leia is the daughter of the foreman's son, Eric, played by Topa Grace, and Donna. All of the original 70s Show cast appeared in the first season of the show, except for Danny Masterson. Leia invites her new friends to hang out in the foreman's basement, where her parents and their friends got high in the 70s. Ashley Arthur Hyde, Rain Doy, Sam Morelos, and Max Donovan also star. Paramount Plus released the trailer for Season 2 of Tulsa King on Thursday. Season 2 premieres September 15th. The trailer introduces Neil Madonna as Cal Thresher, a businessman coming for the same properties as Dwight, played by Sylvester Stallone. Frank Giro also joins the cast as antagonist Bill Villaagua. Dwight still romances Margaret Devereaux, played by Dana Delaney, who makes him dance with her. Dwight also instructs his young crew members to wear suits and teaches his grandchildren to fight against his daughter's wishes, played by Tatiana Saparidino. Season 2 also guest starred Jelly Roll. The trailer features Jelly Roll's song Get By from his upcoming album. Martin Starr, J. Will, Mascasella, Vincent Piazza, Annabelle Sciascora, Dominic Lombardo-Dozzi, Andrea Savage, and Garrett Hedlund also star. Stallone executive produces with writer Terrence Winter, director Craig Zeke, and Taylor Sheridan. Netflix dropped a trailer for a 2-part documentary that follows a mother's determined efforts to find the daughter she relinquished from adoption upon learning of her disappearance. Kathy Turkanian said in the teaser for Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter, released Thursday, "She's been missing for 21 years when they finally found me. I was only 17 years old when I put my daughter up for adoption. Throughout my life, she was always on my mind. When I found out she went missing, I thought, I've got to find this kid alive. I don't care if I have to walk over God's green earth to do it." The documentary is produced by Charlize Theron and directed by Ryan White. In the snippet, Turkanian is described as a pit bull with lipstick who worked with the mother's instinct and intuition to find Andrea Bauman, who went missing in 1989. The trailer concludes with Takarian's determined voice. I'm going to find her. Netflix will release the documentary on September 12th. The biennial Brussels flower carpet is back in the Belgian capital on Thursday as workers placed finishing touches on the impressive 18,000 square foot array of dahlias and begonias in the city central. As it's been the case every other August since 1986, the dazzling display of flowers laid out in a creative pattern across the pavement of Brussels' historic Grand Place Plaza inspire onlookers from around the world. This year's edition is 230 feet long by 75 feet wide and was assembled by 100 volunteers in less than 6 hours in the shadow of Brussels' Gothic 15th century town hall, according to the event's non-profit organizers, Tapias de la Fleur. Always a busy tourist destination, the Brussels Town Hall benefits from the flower carpet due to the wide-angle view it offers off the exhibition, as well as the, quote, magnificent sound and light shows in the evenings during the 4 days of its biannual run. Begonias has been the go-to variety in previous editions of the flower carpet, but now they are getting scarcer. Currently, there are only 4 major begonia producers remaining in Belgium, necessitating the incorporation of other flower varieties, officials say. That means that for the first time this year, Camp Dahlias are the dominant of the 2 varieties that serve as the flagships of Belgium's flower industry. Thematically, the 2024 edition's motif is also a break from tradition. Rather than being linked to a cultural event or an anniversary, as it's been the rule, this time the carpet is a salute to Brussels' heritage as a center of Art Nouveau, as well as a nod to street art, youth, and the surrealism movement. It was designed by street artist Ocean Coronel of Liège, Belgium, who goes by the pseudonym Whoops Up. Kaley Cuoco has announced her engagement to Tom Pelphrey on Instagram Wednesday. The flight attendant actress wrote above a picture that shows off her new ring, Amazing Weekend. The couple have daughter Matilda Carmine Ritchie Pelphrey in March of 2023. Cuoco, best known for playing Penny on The Big Bang Theory, said she was experienced love at first sight when she met Pelphrey. Both Cuoco and Pelphrey, who played Ben Davis in Ozark, had the same manager who set them up. Cuoco said in the 2022 episode of Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, "This is a very Hollywood story, I know." News comes nearly 3 years after her split from equestrian Carl Cook. In July, the actress also shared a photo carousel to celebrate Pelphrey's 42nd birthday. She wrote, "Happy birthday to my soulmate. You make everything better. Love celebrating every milestone together. What a life. I love you, birthday boy." He replied in the comments, noting that the last 2.5 years together has been his best. 5 people, including his personal assistant and 2 doctors, have been charged in connection with Matthew Perry's death in what prosecutors call a broad underground criminal network, dedicating to getting the Friends star the powerful surgical anesthetic that killed him. The doctors preyed on Perry's history of addiction in the final months of his life last year to provide him with ketamine in the amounts they knew were dangerous, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said as he announced the charges Thursday. Estrada says they knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyways. One doctor even wrote in a text message, "I wonder how much this moron will pay, and let's find out," according to an indictment unsealed Thursday. Perry died in October due to a ketamine overdose, and prosecutors said he received several injections on the day he died from his live-in personal assistant, Kenneth Inwasana, who found Perry dead later that day and was the first to talk to investigators. Ketamine has been seen a huge surge in use in recent years as a treatment for depression, anxiety, and pain. While the drug isn't approved for those conditions, doctors are free to prescribe drugs for so-called off-label uses. Television personality Peter Marshall died Thursday at the age of 98. The Hollywood Reporter and New York Times confirmed the news. Marshall was the original host of the Hollywood Squares from 1966 to 1981. The game show featured celebrities and a tic-tac-toe board answering questions. Contestants would decide whether to agree or disagree with the celebrity. If the contestant made the correct call, they claimed the square. Later editions of Hollywood Squares were hosted by John Davidson and Tom Bergeron. Marshall also performed on Broadway in Skyscraper with Julie Andrews and was a comedy duo with Tommy Noonan. As an actor, Marshall appeared in such films as The Return of Jesse James, Annie, and HMS Pinafore, as well as the TV series Lou Grant, Sledgehammer, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and The Bold and the Beautiful. Marshall was 98. And finally, Gena Rowlands, who played a woman navigating Alzheimer's in The Notebook, has died. She was 94. A representative for director Nick Cassavetes, her son, confirmed the news to the New York Times and CNN. The cause of death was Alzheimer's disease. Rowlands had been diagnosed with the disease for 5 years. Cassavetes, who directed Rowlands in 2004's portrayal of Allie Calhoun in The Notebook, said that the pair had spent a lot of time discussing how to authentically depict the disease. He had said, "She's in full dementia, and it's so crazy. We lived it, she acted, and now it's on us." Rowlands, who was nominated for 2 Academy Awards, was known to approach each character she played with the meticulous attention to detail. Winona Ryder said in a 1992 interview, "Whatever I say about Gena isn't enough because she's so incredible. There's a nobility, strength, and class to her work that nobody else holds a candle to. And she's so beautiful. You just kind of marvel at the way she moves. The way she lights a cigarette is the best argument I've ever seen for smoking." The pair appeared together in Night of Earth that year. In 1974, Rowlands appeared in A Woman Under the Influence, which was directed by her husband, John Cassavetes. She told the LA Times the role was the most difficult she ever taken. She said that was an extremely risky part psychologically, because when you play a character, they invade your life, not to the point that they throw a net over your head, but they do get into your psyche. Rowlands shared that she would sometimes dream in character. In that role, she depicted how a housewife began losing grip on reality. She said, Peter Falk, her co-star, said, "Gena made you feel that this woman's breakdown wasn't inevitable, and you saw her search for signs. If her husband had said the right thing, if the doctor's tone had been more genuine, Gena always gave you both sides of the coin, and it was her struggle with normality and her clinging to the hope that she was wrong about her family that made her passage into terror so devastating." Rowlands received an Oscar nomination for that role and also for her acting in the 1980 film Gloria, which was also directed by her husband. Seymour Cassel, who starred in Face and Minnie and Moskowitz with Rowlands, said, "I never saw two people who loved each other the way they did. Their relationship was so passionate, so full of life, arguments, and love." Rowlands and John Cassavetes remained paired until his 1989 death. She and Robert Forrest married in 2012. She won a Primetime Emmy in 1987 for the movie The Betty Ford Story, and in 1991 for The Face of a Stranger, and a Daytime Emmy for the 2003 The Incredible Mrs. Ritchie. In 2015, she received an honorary Oscar. Rowlands was 94. And that is the Entertainment Report for Thursday, August 15th, 2024. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.